to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn EVS. Come on students, let us begin our lesson. Subject is EVS Part 1 of Standard 4 and the name of the lesson is The Value of Food. This is Part 2. In the Part 1 of this lesson, we came to know that why to value our food, right? We have gone through the story of Bhakri that made sense about how rice, jawar, bajra, etc. which we use to make bhakris reaches our house from the field, correct? And also about the hard work done by so many people behind that. Come on students, today we will try to know the story of some other foodstuffs. You can see here the lunch plate with a different type of delicious and fresh dishes made from different foodstuffs, right? Here we have used vegetables, cereals, pulses, dry fruits, milk, spices, etc. to prepare these dishes, isn't it? And these all foodstuffs we get either from the field or farm, ocean or lake, right? Students, let's summarize the last lecture in short and then we will proceed to today's portion. A farmer, our food provider, right? He does hard work so that we get our daily foodstuffs. So we must respect him or her and always we should be grateful to these farmers. We will go through the different steps involved in cultivation of rice that we studied in the last lecture. Okay, here the farmer first plows the field. You can see this is the old method and this is the modern method of plowing. Okay, this is the first step. Then he makes field ready for sowing by crushing the lumps of soil. After making field ready, the step is to sow the seeds by maintaining a proper gap according to the cereals or pulses that have to be grown. Within some days, seedlings grow in the field. Taking proper care means by providing fertilizers and water at specific time makes crops grow fully. The fully grown crops bears ears of rice, means that is harvest time. Here you can see the harvesting process. Harvesting means cutting off fully grown crops. Okay, and the below picture shows that the new method of harvesting by using the machine. Then comes threshing. Threshing means here the grass and or the plant that is bundled and threshed against the hard place so that grains separate from the ears. Then comes winnowing. Here the grains are separated from the chaff. Here natural blowing wind is used. The person stands on higher place and makes the grains with chaff to fall down. The heavier grains fall down and the lighter chaff makes a heap away from the grains because of wind. Because they are lighter in weight, they move with the wind. Okay? And see this. This is a machine which performs both, that is threshing and winnowing. And here in this machine, the grains separate from the chaff and they collect in the tray. And we have to store the grains properly so that it should be protected from the pests like mice, cockroaches, ants, etc. Then they are transported to the cities. And we get grains in the retail shops or wholesale shops, from where we bring these grains to our home, and our mother she prepares the bhakris by using the flour of that grains, isn't it? Then we get bhakri to eat. Now students, we will try to know the story of Shingada. Shingada is a special food that is not very common. This is obtained from fresh water plant. Much work has to be done to collect, clean, dry, store and transport this foodstuff. Shingada, or it is also called as water chestnut. This is very healthy food. Shingada plants floating on water. See these. These ponds are not so deep. These have approximately 3 to 4 feet depth. If we go near to them, we can see Shingada plants like this. Within 2 to 3 months, they bear the fruits, that is raw Shingadas, which are green or pink colored. The workers, they pluck the fruits one by one. You can see here, she is collecting the fruit. See the Shingada on a plant. Plucked Shingadas we get in the market. They are in green color or a little pinkish in color. These are boiled Shingadas. That green or pinkish color Shingadas, when they boil, they turn into black, and these are boiled Shingadas which we get in the market. These Shingadas are very healthy for our body. Got that? A tasty, healthy and delicious dish prepared from Shingada. Students, this is all about the Shingada story or the water chestnuts. Now students, you came to know that so many people worked hard behind this, isn't it? Growing, plucking, drying, collecting, transporting, and then afterwards boiling, and making delicious dish. All these took effort of so many people, isn't it? Students, we will try to know the story of makhanas. Makhanas or lotus seeds. Okay, this is also a healthy food and special food, and it is not common, and it is also obtained from the fresh water plant. Here also much work is expected, like collecting, cleaning, drying, storing, transporting, preparing dishes, etc. Okay, we will go through them. Makhanas or lotus seeds. Here, the cultivation of makhanas is mostly seen in North Indian states like Bihar, UP, etc. The seeds of makhanas are thrown in the ponds prepared for growing makhanas. The ponds are of 2 to 3 feet depth. You can see here the first step, that is throwing seeds. Okay. After some days, the plants grow and they float on the water. You can see these makhana plants. Later, they bear flowers. Blossom flowers remain for 4 to 5 days and then they deteriorate. Here students, we don't use pesticides for these plants. Got that? And no fertilizers also. So they are called as organic food. Got this? Flowers convert into fruit which bears many seeds. See, you can see here the fruits which bearing the seeds. The workers, they collect the fruits from the water. See their hard work. Full day they work here to collect the fruits of the makhanas. See, these are fruits and you can see the seeds in them, right? Here you can see clearly the black seeds inside the fruit, right? They are taken out by the hand. See this process, and you can see here the black lotus seeds or the makhana seeds which are raw. Okay? See these. These are makhana seeds or lotus seeds taken out from the fruits. Then they are dried for some days under the hot sun and they are separated according to their size so that the quality changes. Then seeds are fried on fire. It takes more worker and more time too. See here so many women, they are sitting and they are frying the seeds. See, this is the process. After that, the fried seeds are then threshed. And after that we get light, white, nutritious makhnas at last. Here students, 10 kg makhana seeds give nearly 800 to 900 grams of makhana. For this, so much hard work gives us makhana, which has a medicinal value too. Now students, we will move to the third story, that is fish farming. Okay, it also needs too much hard work by the fishermen. We will go through each process. Students, these are the fish that we get in the market, isn't it? Our father, our mother, she goes to the market, they bring the fish, and mother makes a delicious and tasty dish from these fishes, correct? And we eat and enjoy them, right? Now we will go through the story of these fishes from the lakes to our house. We know that we get fish from water, right? So here fish farming people, they first make the ponds. They create the ponds. See here, by using the crane or by manpower, they makes the ponds. Then they bring small fishes or the eggs to put in the pond. See these ponds, and they put the small fishes in these ponds, and they take total care of these fishes. See here, they are growing, correct? And here we can see the different blocks so that they will get sufficient place to roam. Students, in this fish farming, maintaining oxygen level is very important. You know that fish too takes oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide like us. But they take the oxygen which is dissolved in the water. So many fishes are there in the water in that block. So maintaining oxygen level is very important. Then giving food. See these food seeds, some seeds or the fish food that is he is providing to the fish according to the time or at specific time. Here also you can see he is giving the food to the fishes. That all we have to do regularly without any delay. The fishermen carry out all the works like creating ponds, putting small fishes, helps them to grow by providing food at equal intervals and also maintaining oxygen level. He also protects them from the diseases and predators, isn't it? After performing all these works at scheduled time, he cultivates so many fishes of same kind. You can see here, right? This is the yield of the efforts made behind by fisherman and his laborers. Then these fishes are transported to the market to the city area or village area, wherever, and we get different types of fishes in the fish market. You can see here so many types, isn't it? And your father or mother, she buys these fishes from the market and she brings them home. And at home, she prepares a different types of dishes by using these types of fishes. Got this, students? Means fishes from the lakes or the seas or the ponds, they come to our house after so many process, after efforts of the so many people. So we should not waste any food. Got this? Now we have heard about the story of shingadas, then makhnas, then fish farming. Like that only here fruit farming is there. I will not go in detail here. Here also so much hard work is expected in this fruit farming. See, this is the chiku farming. You can see this is a dragon fruit. This is strawberry, pomegranate and grapes orchard. Here also students growing, protecting them from the diseases, spraying pesticides, watering, harvesting, then collecting, then transporting. So many hard work is needed, right? So not to waste the food. Got this, students? We should be grateful for all these people who help us to get these foodstuffs. See, this is a sugar cane, isn't it? We get sugar and jaggery from these sugar canes. Here also so much hard work is expected. Growing the sugar canes, then harvesting them, collecting them, then transporting them to the factories, sugar factories. There also so many process go through, so many people work hard over there. Then we get sugar and jaggery from this sugar cane. Got this, students? So please value your food. Don't waste it. Maybe eat any food, please don't waste. This is a poultry farming. It is farming of hens to get meat or for eggs, isn't it? Here also hard and continuous work is expected, like feeding the hens, protecting them from the diseases, collecting the eggs, cleaning the trays. If they are farming for meat, then weighing them. Then after that transporting is there, right? Etc. To carry out each process, workers are needed. And because of their effort, we get eggs and meat in the market. Got this, students? Students, this is rearing animals. Here we can see the sheep. Sheep are reared here. Okay, and sheep are reared to get the wool and to get the meat. Here also too much hard work is there behind this occupation. Rearing animals needs protecting them from the diseases and protecting them from the predators and giving them food, water, cleaning their sheds or the places, etc. After that transportation is there, marketing is there, correct? Yes, dear students, in each type of occupation, so many people they put their effort. Got this? So please value your food and not to waste food. Okay? Let us summarize what we have learned today. First one, the foodstuffs we use come from many different places such as fields, lakes, the sea and forests. All people put in a lot of hard work in their own occupations. We saw this, correct? Next, the efforts and labor of many other people are also required for storing, transporting and marketing them, as well as preparing the various dishes we eat. Here we can see the storing, transporting means drivers, train drivers, truck drivers, porters, correct? And marketing means businessmen, shopkeepers, etc. And preparing the various dishes means here hotel workers and our parents, correct? Our mother, she prepares different dishes. She also puts her effort behind this dish, isn't it? All these processes are expensive. Expensive means costly. We have to count more money for all these processes. Therefore, it is necessary for all of us to take care that food is not wasted. This is the main thing. Got this? Food should not be wasted. Here we can see match the following. This is from your textbook. Okay. A group is there and B group is there. In A group, some names are there like salt, sugarcane, bore, makhana. Okay, foodstuffs are there. And in B group, from where we get, that you have to match. Okay, first one, salt. We get salt from the, yes. Are you going to help me to match this? Yes, you are right. We get salt from the sea. We get sugarcane from the fields. Correct. Bore, that is a fruit, you know, na? We get bore from the forest. And you know this, makhana from a freshwater lake. Right? Good. Students, always remember that we get a variety of foodstuffs through the efforts of many different people. So, let us always be grateful to them. Okay? Don't forget this.
Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon to get new updated videos.